Hello, students of room 236, and welcome to class today. I am so excited to have you here. We have a lot of great information and stuff for you to learn today. So, I'll have a seat, sit back, and enjoy this little video that I've prepared for you today. First, I want to congratulate you guys because you are the luckiest students in the world. You are about to read the best book ever written, says me, an extremely biased English teacher. Behold, The Great Gatsby. Now, before we read The Great Gatsby, I want you guys to know a little bit of information about the society that is portrayed within this novel by the author F. Scott Fitzgerald. Um, Much of the society in which the characters of the Great Gatsby lived in were mirrored out of F. Scott Fitzgerald's very own life. So he used his own experiences in life to create a lot of the stuff that happened in this book. And when you read it, you'll just kind of learn how chaotic and crazy life really was when you lived in the 1920s. So that's what we're going to learn about. We're going to learn about the 1920s, also known as the Roaring Twenties. And there was a lot that really made up the Roaring Twenties. World War I, women's rights, prohibition, fashion, lots of racial tension, and we're going to kind of end out with Gatsby in pop culture. So we're going to learn how Gatsby has affected pop culture to now in 2019. So the first thing we should know about is that World War I was just coming to an end, and with the United States being successful in World War I, we were kind of one of the leaders of the world at the time. And in the United States, we were moving into what was called the age of steel and electricity, meaning that steel was becoming far more used in our products that we were shipping out and that we were keeping here in the United States. And electricity was replacing steam. So we were having more lights in the household and things that were running off of electricity. Now, because of this, urbanization began to occur, meaning that many of the people who lived in the countryside were moving to the cities and were getting jobs in factories. Now, post World War I, there was a huge boom in the economy. A lot of money came into the United States, and because of this, it was a time of celebration and freedom, and people were just having a good time. They were going out and partying. They were buying frivolous things and spending all of their money. Now, another thing that was occurring actually had built up into the 20s was women's suffrage and women's rights. Um, at this point in time, the women were fighting for the right to vote because they didn't have it. And on August 26th, 2000, or excuse me, not 2020, goodness, 1920, the 19th Amendment was passed that gave women all across the country the right to vote in the United States. And that was huge because at this point in time, women were seen as second class to men. So giving women the right to vote was a gigantic step in the women's rights movements. Now, also in the Roaring Twenties, prohibition had been passed for during the 18th Amendment, meaning that there was higher taxes on booze and alcohol, and it was pretty much actually just hard liquor was banned altogether. So this led to people doing bootlegging, which is illegal, where they were making their own alcohol and then selling it to businesses that ran speakeasies, which were these kind of like bars that were hidden from public so that people didn't know that people were drinking. And when we are reading The Great Gatsby and watching The Great Gatsby, you're actually going to see a speakeasy in full action. Now, Prohibition did come to an end with the 19th Amendment. So that was when people could openly have bars again and openly could drink again. So it did come to an end, but that was a huge thing in the Roaring Twenties, and also is a huge factor when we are reading The Great Gatsby. Now, the fashion of the 1920s was a little bit different. Before that, women were far more modest and they would cover up with their dresses a lot more. However, in the Roaring Twenties, we began to see dresses that showed a little bit more skin. I showed some pictures here on the side that kind of give an example of that. And to our standards today, this is actually kind of modest, but this was kind of risque for women back in the days. Um, One thing that people often think of when it comes to the Roaring Twenties are flappers, which are women who wore low cut dresses, but even then, their dresses probably went down to about their knees, which still was pretty crazy. Women also started to wear their hair shorter, um, which was kind of just the fashion of the time, and you will see a lot of in The Great Gatsby. Men typically wore three-piece suits. They would wear vests with bow ties, hats, kind of what you think of like with old gangsters, is a lot of the times what men would wear when they were doing business or when they were out on the town. Now, there was a lot of racial tension that was going on in the Roaring Twenties. The A lot of black soldiers returned from World War I, and they were not given jobs because the white men, with their counterparts, were given jobs instead. The Great Migration, there were a bunch of African Americans who moved into the cities, and they took residence within the cities, which caused things like the Harlem Renaissance to happen, which is actually probably one of the most famous art movements in the history of the United States. And the Harlem Renaissance was just many African American writers and painters and artists who came together and created this amazing look at culture through art of the time. And so, with the Great Migration and the Harlem Renaissance and new black leaders emerging in society, there was tension between white leaders and black leaders, and white people in society and black people in society. And this uh, was kind of the beginning of the civil rights movement that we know a lot about of today, that went on into the 60s and 70s, and you know arguably even today. So the people that were living in the 1920s and our characters in The Great Gatsby were seeing a lot of the same things that we see today, with Black Lives Matter and um, all of those kinds of things that are happening in the news with civil rights today. Now, there is a lot of Gatsby references in pop culture. One of the most recent ones is there was a line that was released, and I can't, off the top of my head, remember the name of the company, but they released their own uh, Great Gatsby themed clothing. And this is just an example of one of their um, advertisements where the man is dressed up in kind of 1920s clothes, and they even include the very last line from The Great Gatsby in this advertisement. Now, some of you guys probably know this. Lil Wayne, the Carter Five, he actually has a song called Mona Lisa, I think is what it is, where he mentions The Great Gatsby in the song and it being one of the parties and the relationship between a male and a female, which is a huge theme in The Great Gatsby. You also should all know this book because we read it in December, The Catcher in the Rye. Our protagonist, Holden Caulfield, actually goes through a gigantic rant, his one of many, where he says how he loved Gatsby and all that old sport and stuff. Um, so Gatsby was actually mentioned within J.D. Salinger's book. So it's used a lot in other literature that we read even now in English class. For those of you who are Pretty Little Liars fans, it is mentioned actually quite a bit in Pretty Little Liars. In fact, there's even a scene where our teacher, Mr. Fitz, who's named after F. Scott Fitzgerald, is teaching his kids The Great Gatsby in his English class. So that I thought that was kind of a fun little tidbit. All right, where's my Gilmore Girls fans out there? Um, Gilmore Girls literally drops Great Gatsby uh, kind of like references all the time. So after we read the Great Gatsby, you'll be able to go back and look at Gilmore Girls and Pretty Little Liars and kind of get an idea of what they're talking about now that you've read the Great Gatsby. Of course, Family Guy has their own entire episode that's dedicated to the Great Gatsby, where the characters of Family Guy are embodying the characters of the Great Gatsby, including Nick Carraway and Gatsby, and all of those that you're going to actually learn about here pretty soon. And also recently, Taylor Swift released her album Reputation, which included a song called Delicate. And she even has lyrics where she says that she was feeling so Gatsby for that whole year, while she's talking about all of these parties that she's going to. So, yeah, Gatsby really is everywhere nowadays. It's really hard not to see it in much of the media and that we see now on our own TVs and on Netflix and on Facebook. So always kind of keep your eyes open to see that, and to see the linear between Gatsby and us today in 2019. Because it really is there, and it's very relevant to read in class today because we can learn from these people and better ourselves in 2019 because of what they've gone through within this novel. So next, you guys are going to be moving on to some different stations, and you are going to get some instructions here from Mr. Narva. So I hope you enjoyed kind of just getting a quick crash course on the 1920s. Um, Go home, listen to Lil Wayne, watch some of those Pretty Little Liars episodes, and see if you can spot Gatsby in pop culture 2019.